Hey traders, Parker again with another indicator. As you can see on the screen right now, I got the Irregular Body 3.0 ready. But the indicator I wanted to show you was a twist of the DMI indicator. And the indicator is called a DMI trend. And basically, I've gotten rid of the positive DMI and the negative DMI. And I basically replaced it with a cloud. If you're familiar with the ADX, that's what this main line is that I left on there. What I did was I made it DMI, directional move indicator, and basically it just tracks trend. And what I allowed it to do was to paint price, and I changed the color of the DMI to render volume. So bright green is above average in the positive direction. Bright red is above average in the negative direction. And orange is below average volume in the negative direction. Green is below average in the positive direction. And when the DMI is above, the ADX represents a very strong trend. And I include, like I said, I included volume in this. So you got that bright green. When the ADX is above the DMI, it's showing the trend is not as strong, but it's still in the direction of the positive, even though the DMI is going down. It just represents the trend itself is weakening. And that's what you basically see at the end of the day. You got this bright green, and Apple really just pushed up to 166. And this is after hours. Of course, it's going to be dark green and dark orange. And you got a cloud instead of the regular lines that you will have down there. So that's the difference in this indicator and the regular one. And like I said, it paints, and I chose the Hikinashi trend to describe the colors of the directional move of the trend. And I can switch this to the Hikinashi candles, and you can see what I mean. And basically, that's basically what it is. It's the Hikinashi candles, and Hikinashi is just a version of the candles what represents trend. You can Google it, and it'll give you all the information. But what I really wanted to show you was the ability for this to show you that it's going to break above the resistances. And like I told you in the last video, the new version of the irregular body indicator flips. Yellow showing resistance, white showing support, and that's basically what happened. You can see right here when it made that support level, it tested it a couple of times and then it went ahead and moved up. I'm going to switch it back to the regular candle, and that's basically what it's showing you right there. Support, support, and what else I want to show you? And basically, like I told you, it colors the price. It's very strong. And the cloud turns red, so the cloud twists as well. And instead of lines, you have a cloud there. And it's giving you volume. I believe in everything I read in Ann Coulin's book, Volume Price Analysis. You have to include volume in your analysis. You can't just have the price analysis alone and not have volume. And the DMI itself just represents price. But once you add volume to it, that's when you get a clear picture of the trend. And you can see more income and volume is coming in. It slowed down for a second, but it continued to trend up. And you got this orange one show. It's a red candle, but it's below average volume. And this is to help you stay in the stock longer, and really for you to be able to follow the trend. And let's go to another stock, TSLA. And like I said, this is the irregular body indicator. If you haven't watched my video on that, you can. It's posted. This is the newer version of it, and as you can see, it found these supports. And along with the ADX, you got a trend, and you see that trend was very strong with above average volume going through it. It slowed down. That's where you got the darker candles. Hesitated for a second, created another resistance level, drop back down to the support level, and I guess I could call it really, man, supply and demand. So the indicator it's called the irregular body indicator because it finds these irregular bodies according to Ann Coulin's description of them, and basically it's showing you areas of supply and demand. And you can look at it like this: it got rejected, and when I say supply, that's basically saying resistance, and when I say demand, that's basically support, where buyers come in and where sellers come in. And that's basically what the indicator finds: areas of supply, areas of demand, and where the buyers overtake those areas of supply or buy up out of supply. And it came back down to this area of support or area of demand. The buyers couldn't do anything because the sellers overtook them, but it came right back to this area of previous support, and it bounced back up. Once you break support, it becomes resistance, and that's what the yellow shows you. This is the current one for the irregular body indicator. I guess I really need to change that to supply demand indicator at this point because that's what it really finds. And this is the DMI trend 1.0. And if you like what you see, please leave me a like or a comment. And if you want the indicator, you can find it in the link below. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to watch this example. Leave me a like, a comment, or shoot me an email. Tell me what you think of it. And like I said, you can get the indicator at the bottom of the description. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day. Yeah. And as you can see, this really strong trend right here to the downside. ADX is rising. That trend was to the downside was very bad. This is a weak trend up.